Well, welcome back to the shop, everybody. My name's Andrew and you're watching the Kelley's Country Life. So today we are finally going to take the time to do something that y'all have heard me talk about for quite a while. So what we're going to be doing today is installing some high bay shop lights in my shop. I have every single light on right now and it's still just not quite enough light in here. I currently have 10 LED lights, but they're a lower power model, plus this 11th one right here. While it provides adequate light for walking around and doing some work, I'm constantly finding myself not having enough light for when I'm welding, doing DIY projects, or recording for YouTube. So we're going to take care of that problem today. So I was already in the process of looking for lights, and I must have mentioned it on the channel several times, and Hyperlite reached out to me and asked if I would like to try some of their high bay lights. So I do what I always do. I immediately went right to Amazon. I love going there for the reviews mainly. Looked at the reviews, very highly rated, so I reached back out to them and said, what do you recommend? Now here's the cool part. I'm about to throw up a couple pictures on screen right here. If you reach out to them, tell them the size you're working with, the height that you're going to mount your lights, they'll actually run it through their computer program and tell you which model they recommend. So check this out. So as you can see right there, I gave them dimensions. Even though I have a 30 by 50 shop, the area I'm looking to brighten up is 30 by 25 feet. I want half my shop lit up. That's where I do all my welding and DIY projects and work right there. So they run it through their program and it showed, due to the height that I'm going to mount these lights, they recommend the 150 watt models. So they reached back out to me and I said, well, we'll go with whatever your program says. That's a neat feature right there, so they can offer that. So they offer quite a few different types of lights. If you want to check them out, link will always be in the description, especially of what we're installing today. But like I said, they do have other models depending on the height and how large your shop is. So we're going to put 4 of the 150 watt models in. I don't really know much about these. These are my first Hyperlite lights, but they feel really well made. And if the package is correct, these weigh like 6.5, 7 pounds. They feel like it. Weight isn't everything, but it doesn't feel cheap, chintzy. Doesn't feel like it's made out of plastic. It feels like cast aluminum or some sort of cast metal. And again, the reviews are excellent. These lights look very well made. So we're going to hook them up, give you some before shots, give you some after shots. Now, as I often do on the channel, it's not going to be me just plugging these in, flipping them on, and saying, there we go. I want to check them out, I want to try them out, at least for a couple of days before I release a video. And we're going to do the DIY portion on here. I'll take a moment to let you know, if you don't have any electrical experience, do not do some of the wiring that I'm going to do today. You need to reach out to a qualified electrician to do that for you. Other than that, it's just a simple plug and play process. I just happen to need to run some new wiring up to the top and outlets for that, because I have a feeling there's going to be times that I don't want these on and my softer shop lights, that anytime I'm doing work or recording, I want an extra switch that I can flip on and really light the room up. So let's get started. lights come with a hook for hanging. They also come pre-threaded where that hook goes in, and you can use a piece of all thread. They have a safety cable too if you want to hook up. Okay, so the lights are in, and let me just remind y'all, this is not a how-to wire video. I know some people are going to probably suggest doing things differently, different types of boxes. This is how I have my shop wired. So for starters, I run another 12 gauge wire, which is way overkill, way more than I need. I have two 12 gauge wires run up there to feed all these lights, and combined totals probably no more than 11 amps. So got two 12 gauge wires on a 20 amp circuit. Put an extra switch in right here. There's for my regular shop lights. This switch is for the new lights. Ran extra conduit up there and two extra outlets. So what I did is I ran light duty extension cords over to the lights. That way I can move them in and out. Now down the road I can run more conduit, more boxes to get it professional looking, but I really don't know where I need the lights just yet. I took a wild guess at this. So there's plenty of room in the extension cords. And I think these lights, if I remember correctly, pull 1.5, 1.6 amps. So those extension cords can easily handle the lights. They're rated for 13 amps by themselves. So you've seen where I draped the chain over so I can slide back and forth. We'll get this figured out as I work out here under them a little, but let's test them out. Let me show you a before and after. All right, so this is the daytime with two 12-foot shop doors rolled wide open. I mean, bright daylight, but look at the shadows in here. It's so hard to work. So I'll flip on my old shop lights. It makes a little bit of a difference, especially at nighttime. Those are like I think somewhere around 30 to 50 watt lights. Perfectly fine for walk around, not so good for working. There's still shadows behind everything. So I'm gonna flip on the new Hyperlite lights. Keep in mind it's just 450 watt lights. Look at that. I was expecting the difference. I was not expecting that. That is absolutely amazing. So let me flip them off again and back on. That's off. Look at the shadows. I'll go ahead and kill my other lights. If I had known about these lights to begin with, I think 6 would do this entire shop. So here is just the Hyper lights. Huge, and I mean huge difference. So those 4 lights are absolutely lighting up my work area now. Okay, here we are inside with the shop doors down. This may be an even better test to show them off. So here's my original lights. This is 10 lights now, 10 LED lights. Looks a lot better with the doors. Now I'm gonna flip on the Hyper lights. Holy moly, I feel like I'm in a Lowe's or Home Depot now. So this is just the Hyper lights. Wow, that is that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. That's more than enough light to work in this entire area. So the area you're looking at is 30 wide by almost 30 wide again. It's like 30 by 25. And I told them that. They said 4 lights would be perfect for this area, and they're absolutely right. And it looks like the spacing's perfect. I don't see shadows cast anywhere. I may play with them just a little. This is gonna be so nice for working in here in this shop. Absolutely night and day difference. Y'all have heard me talk about doing this on the channel for a while now, so it was absolutely perfect timing that Hyperlite reached out and asked if I would like to try these lights. Absolutely, so glad that I did. The link will be down in the description if you want to check that out. Keep in mind they have other models, so if you have, say, horse riding arenas or big pole barns, I've got a 40 by 80 that I need to put some lights like this in. They have all different sizes. I've even seen on the box of what they sent to me. They have 150 watt models, which is these, 200s, 250s. So go check them out. Like I said, don't necessarily take my word for it. Go read the reviews. They were excellent. I knew I was getting a good product. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the little review and the install. Catch you on the next video.